What's up, Dark Avenger INC Plus? JL here. I'm sorry I haven't kept up with my videos or my reviews. I hope you guys can forgive me. But to make up for that, I've come up with two new exclusive segments for this channel. One of them is this segment, Hero of the Week, which from now on, after this episode, I will be doing every Monday. And the second segment, I can't tell you exactly what it is just yet, but I will tell you this much. It is called The Lazarus Pit. If you want to see what the Lazarus Pit is about, tune in later on this week on Dark Avenger INC Plus and catch the first episode. Should be pretty fun. So, Hero of the Week. This is very similar to a segment that a fellow INC Plus member and good friend of mine, the Mount Vernon kid Chris, does on his channel called Characters and Why I Like Them. It's a great series. You should definitely check it out. If you haven't already, go to his channel, watch some of those, and tell him Jay sent you. So pretty much what Hero of the Week entitles is pretty self-explanatory. I pick a hero, or you guys suggest a hero, and I talk about them, their background, their powers, their origins, different versions of them, different adaptations, their appearances in different mediums, things like that. You know, it could be a fan favorite or it could be a really underrated character. But for this first episode, I'm going to do a fan favorite and one of my personal favorites. And I figured this would be a good timing since this guy is getting a movie in a couple of weeks. You guys probably can already tell from the title and from the thumbnail and from the intro who the Hero of the Week is. He's the best at what he does, but what he does isn't pretty. That's right. This week's Hero of the Week for episode 1 is Mr. James Howlett, aka Logan, aka the Wolverine of the X-Men and headmaster of the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. So, pretty much, Wolverine is a mutant member of the X-Men, and actually, at first, he was never really meant to be one of the main characters. You know, he was just kind of there to spread diversity. They wanted somebody from everywhere. They got Storm from Africa, they got Nightcrawler from Germany, and of course, we got Logan from Canada. But because he grew in popularity so much and he became such a fan favorite, they decided to expand on him. And so we learned that Logan was a part of the mutant weaponization program in Canada called Weapon X. And Logan was actually Weapon X. He was the 10th weapon created through trials. And what they did was they bonded his natural bone claws with an indestructible metal called adamantium. Now, since he has his entire skeleton is made of adamantium, he's pretty much indestructible. On top of the fact that he has one of, if not the strongest healing factors in the Marvel Universe. Now, unfortunately, Wolverine's past is kind of a mishmash and a bunch of fuzzy spots because depending on which version you read or see, he somehow gets his memory wiped. And he gets his memory wiped a lot, actually. And so his past is very unclear. He's learned a lot about himself throughout the years, more about his past. He knows now that his real name is actually James Howlett. And we learn more about him and stuff like that. He has a very particular fascination and respect for the Japanese culture, particularly the way of the samurai. And Wolverine, you know, as much as he is this edgy, tough character, as much as he started out like that, he's grown very much as a character and I think that's why he's so endearing, and that's why I like him so much. Wolverine, although he's indestructible, he does have a weakness. He has a soft spot. You know, his kryptonite is women and children. You know, you put a child or a woman in danger, and Wolverine is just, he's either gonna go berserk or he's gonna do whatever he can to save the woman or child. And he's done a lot of fathering over the years, both, you know, figuratively and, you know, relatively recently, actually fathering. But of course, you know, two of his surrogate daughters are young women that are in the X-Men that have grown to their own prominence. Um, the most prominent of Wolverine's surrogate daughters, of course, would be Miss Catherine Kitty Pryde. And, you know, Wolverine kind of took her under his wing and protection, and they have a really good father-daughter relationship, and I love that. I think that's one of the reasons Kitty is so damn tough. You know, she basically thinks of Wolverine as a father, and if you're pretty much raised by Wolverine since you were 13, I'd toughen up too. Some more of the young women that he's protected and surrogate fathered would have to be Jubilee, Armor, just to name a few. There's a lot of female sidekicks, actually. Now that I think about it, one of the best tag teams, in my opinion, with Wolverine would have to be with him and Psylocke. They are pretty much on par in badassness, and they have this equal respect for the Japanese culture. You know, Psylocke being a ninja, Wolverine being a samurai, and they just work really well together. They've been on the Uncanny X-Force with Rick Remender. If you haven't checked it out, you should go back and check it out. And things like that. He saved her life. They're psychically linked because during the whole Lady Mandarin thing, she stabbed her psychic knife into him, and they kind of have a bond ever since. Another one of his great allies, like somebody that he has a great friendship with that I really enjoy watching, is between him and Peter Parker, Spider-Man. It's really fun to see them interact. That's why I was so excited when Bendis first introduced the new Avengers and Wolverine and Spider-Man were on the same team. That was great. They have such a great dynamic. Just Logan and his seriousness and edginess, and got Peter with his laid-back goofball self. I love it. I love Wolverine as a character. Has such a rich history, even though a lot of it is fuzzy. He's been in a lot of good adaptations too. Some good animated movies. Like I said, the first two X-Men movies were good. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Let's not talk about that. He's in a lot of titles. He has a lot of titles currently in comics right now. He has the solo title that's named after him, just regular Wolverine. There's Savage Wolverine, and he is also in Wolverine and the X-Men, which is a great series. He's prominently featured there. He's thrown into a lot of books to sell, but Wolverine is a great character, and I highly suggest checking out some of his stuff. A lot of the Chris Claremont Wolverine was really good. Jason Aaron's run on Wolverine was great. Freaking loved it. You should definitely check it out. Like I said, Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force, that was great. Bendis did a good job writing Wolverine in the New Avengers, for the most part. like I said, man, Wolverine is the best at what he does. So he definitely deserves the title of Hero of the Week. So, what do you guys think of old Logan? What are your thoughts on him? Tell me in the comments below. Give me your input. And also, if you want to see more of this, let me know. And if you want to, leave a suggestion for next week's Hero of the Week. It can also be a heroine, guys. Just because it's called Hero of the Week doesn't mean I'm sexist and female heroes can't apply for this. And it can be DC or Marvel or an indie or a video game hero, any type of hero. From a cartoon, movie, anything. But leave that suggestion in the comments below. What did you think of this segment? What do you find interesting about Logan? And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Dark Avenger INC Plus. Check out everybody's reviews on this channel. Bunch of great guys and gal. And like I said earlier in the video, go to Mount Vernon Kids channel and check out his series, characters and why I like them. That was the inspiration for my segment here. So check that out. And until next week, we'll find out which hero is the Hero of the Week. So until next time, this is Jay Al Ghul signing off. Stay in peace, and I will see you guys later. Take care, guys.